ArsenalFanTV, Chris, what do you make of it today?
I'm delighted. I mean, I've heard a few fans on here claiming it was a bad performance.
DT over there.
I'm not going
to I'll mention his name. DT over there said that we were terrible, we were awful, it was a disgusting performance.
All right, maybe I'm not going to name names, but maybe there is one guy that wears a hat in particular that. I think it was much better performance than what it has been previously, and not just DT, but most Arsenal fans sometimes expect too much. We're not going to have a premium 5-star performance every weekend.
He makes a good point though when he says that it wasn't a fluid performance. You know, we still. I still wouldn't say we're performing to what we know that team can do.
Yeah, but just going back to that 5-star premium, we're not going to get that. No Premiership teams, even Barcelona and Real Madrid, even the Invincibles, our Invincibles didn't do that. I mean, for example, like Portsmouth at home, for example, and Birmingham at home, they were awful in terms of our performances. But this is a lot better, not just in terms of performance, but we looked more dangerous. It was a better team selection, in my opinion. Playing people like Xhaka over Ramsey, Oxlade-Chamberlain over Iwobi, Sanchez up front on his own, lent itself to much more fluid, as you said, mobile performance with that pace in the team. Good to have Theo back as well. And, it wasn't completely plain sailing, but there was that 10-minute lapse in the first half when Bournemouth equalised and they could have got a couple more. And there was also, I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but that penalty in the second half. The
handball.
Football is a game of such fine margins. We're 2-1 up. Monreal pretty much handles it. He catches it. For some reason, the ref and his assistant doesn't give it. That is luck.
But to me, I look on that and I say, the handball, it was a handball, but it's got to be a deliberate handball. It didn't look deliberate to me.
I don't know. I need to see
it. That's the rules.
Again.
It has to be a deliberate handball. Definitely was a handball. Definitely was a handball, but it has to be deliberate.
That's the only reasonable explanation that we could come to. But in my eyes also, there was probably a subconscious factor in that he gave Bournemouth a penalty that was slightly fortuitous in the first half. And if that hadn't been given, I think the one in the second half would definitely have been good. But hey, ultimately we did deserve to win the game. Alexis could have had 3 or 4 goals today. He's back to his best. And also the first goal was a gift. Let's not beat around the bush. But the second goal was beautiful football in my eyes. Like Ozil, Monreal, and Theo's finish. I know it's an open goal. You'll laugh, but it was a really good header. And it is really good to get. It was critical to win today because we're under pressure in terms of all the other big teams have won this weekend, and we need to keep winning to not lose any ground. And we have to look at it over the course of the season and say we're a very consistent team. We're unbeaten in 19 games now.
What would you do on Wednesday? Wednesday night EFL Cup against Southampton. I think they'll play quite a strongish team. Or I think they'll play a strong team. There's a chance here, if we win that game, to be in the semi-final of this trophy, a trophy that we haven't really done well in recently. Would you go with quite a strong team, or would you still keep faith with a lot of the kids?
It's going to be a strong team, whatever, because we've got a strong squad. But I think the draw's opened up for us. We've got a home draw, and some of the big teams are out, and it's a competition we should go for. People talk about the Champions League, but domestic cups are equally as important. But I mentioned the unbeaten in 19 games stat a moment ago. I just wanted to take this opportunity to say Happy Invincibles Day for yesterday. I know it probably doesn't mean as much this year because people weren't really worried about it because it was Tottenham. And it's quite amusing in that respect. But Tottenham could be unbeaten going into the last game of the season against a relegated side with 10 men. They'd still Spurs it up. Their retail shop will be happy because they're bringing out a DVD, right? The Unbeatables until November. Did you hear that? Theresa May, by the way, she's called up Mauricio Pochettino as a legal advisor for the Brexit negotiations. You see, he got Spurs out of Europe in 2 months. So
you got some good gags today. So you would go for a strong team on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got knocked out by Southampton a few years ago. So they need to be taken. So they're a good team, very solid defensively. We were slightly lucky to beat them at home in the league. So, but yeah, as soon as you get to the quarters/semis, you should take every game seriously. Just to round off, I want to wish everyone a happy Rainbow Laces weekend as well. I don't know, this probably hasn't got much press, but I think it's a really good thing that they've done. And people say, give me the gay slants and all of that sort of stuff. And I just find it very childish and, it's a bit sad, really. It's homophobic. And I'm not even gay, but that's irrelevant. Even if I was gay, it's like, this is 2016. It's time to kick homophobia out of football, just like it was racism we're acting like it's the 1980s. It's very back.
I don't
Fans
think
are
they
very
made.
backward.
You know what? Today, on that, I didn't think they made a very. They didn't make a big enough deal of that today, did they? Even before the game, I didn't really hear them sort of mention it much.
Compared to racism, where it is massively in your face, and rightly so, it should be in your face, like, you know, to hammer the message home. It wasn't, but I think the players were wearing rainbow-coloured boots, and obviously you've got the Gay Gooners banner. No, you're right, it wasn't given that much press. And to me, it's not really a surprise that no Premiership footballer has come out as being openly gay. I mean, can you imagine the abuse they're going to get just because of the mentality of fans that are stuck in the 80s, you know? And it's sad because, you know, we should be past all of that now. But anyway, that's not the most, you know, it's good that we won today.
It's the Black Friday sale here on ArsenalFanTV. You can get things like this t-shirt here, or even this Mesut Ozil one. All of them reduced for Black Friday throughout the weekend at AFTVstore.com.